Hey, let's see if that camera's gonna turn on. All right, camera's on. We are a go. Hey, what's up, everybody? How's everybody's Sunday going? Leave me some comments in the chat, guys. I'm gonna start doing these maybe Saturdays and Sundays. We'll see. Not and, but or. A lot of people right now who are doing well on YouTube. Can't be mad at them. They all have their Sunday talk shows, so I have to either find a different time to try to get on here and find you guys, or maybe do it on Saturdays, or just not just do it randomly, on Saturday or Sunday. But if you guys are tuning in for the first time, go ahead and like, comment, subscribe. I hope you're gonna find value. It's gonna be better value when you're here asking me about your stocks, right? Asking me about what you want to look into, support resistance, what do you think is a good idea? I'm an options trader, for the most part, options swing trader. Options day trading every now and then, if a setup presents itself really well and it's something I can't walk away from, I see it, I'll take it. But usually I want to focus more on letting options do what they do best, and that is grow. You want to get them when they're sleep dormant, and then you want to capture them and let the implied volatility flood into them and bring them to higher heights. That is the real power of options. So day trading options, you're just playing against the hedge funds. You're just playing against them, especially depending on what strike prices you choose. There's a lot that goes into day trading options, so you got to be very careful with that. All right. Um, but nonetheless, got a little coffee here. It's noon now. I'm in my mom's place right now. I'm visiting family, right? So I've changed my life so that I can travel a lot now, and right now I'm just making a family stop, right? Just hanging out with my mom and my stepdad, and seeing my sister in Germany. My dad is over in Atlanta. I got people everywhere, and I'm kind of just um, saying what's up to them, and building those connections and those bonds, and you know, uh, and then working on the side, like working the market. Um, So let's start off with Starbucks is on here because I do see I already like what Starbucks is doing. So since Starbucks is the first one on the list, we can or just showing me right now, not the first one on the list. Need a little bit more coffee. I like to look for my type of trading style. I like to go to the weekly, and I'm showing base. Each candle here is representing a week, and it's representing a year or 10 years. If I were to go back and forth on this, right? But I'm just gonna look at what is this, the last 2, 3 years right here. So eight. This is to 2018, so 6 years. So you got 6 years here of Starbucks history, right? That's a lot of history to be looking at, right? 6 years. So we're getting the overall picture, right? And that's what we want. We want to have the overall picture. Where did I go with my watch list? There it is. Noticed here on so this is the 200 moving average. I'm a big fan of relying on the 200 moving average and the 20 and the 10 to kind of give you a overall, or the 20 and the 8, give you overall plays, right? Give you overall consistency here. Um, so I'm seeing that Starbucks is at its 200 moving average, and we got a little red candle from it. It's not a big demon candle, right? It wasn't like a big rejection, big push off, like how you have this 180 right here. You have a huge green shoot, and then you have a huge red shoot that just engulfs it, right? And then what followed in the next 3 weeks? Boom, boom, boom. 4 weeks. So that was a 4 week play that had to have played out. But if you would have had these options kind of at the start of this week and let them just kind of sit there, and grab them while no one is in them, then that's when they will not have a lot of implied volatility. And once the move starts to happen, you hold through the move. And once you're in the move, you already have the options at a discount. And that's when you should sell them. That's how you really take advantage of option premium. Um, so I am seeing a little short here. We just had this interest rate, right? The interest rate Fed decision, right? I'm a little bearish on the market. Let's check the SPY out, right? SPY doing wonders. I think we got a little freeze going on here. Uh, got a few lines on here back from my old charting days. I don't really need these guys anymore. I'll have to get rid of them individually. Looks like my computer slowed down drastically though. That's all right. So yeah, we just made all times high this week, right? On the SPY. When we have the Fed decision, I'm not gonna be surprised if next week is all hell. I'm really not gonna be surprised, especially if we go down here into we might even hit 510, guys. Like, to be honest, that could be a play to sit on 510 all the way through October. So buying the November contracts, right? At 510. I wonder how expensive those would be. Let's see. November 510s. They're decent. They're decent. They're not that overpriced. And look at that, man. That's what I really love to see is the open interest, right? Tons of open interest here. At the 500 mark, there is a 63,000 interest. That is huge. In the 520s, you have the 50, you have 52. That means big people are there. Big participants are there. Let's check to the upside. Let's check to the upside. To the upside, you have this up here, 590. There's 7,000 people at 590. Come on now. What's more likely to happen with all of these open interests down here at 530, 23,000, 520, 52,000, 515, 32,000, right? Um, what else we got? We got the 505s, 33,000. Honestly, 505s is right in my price range of what I would consider um risk management, proper risk management. So honestly, let's go ahead and write those down. I already have a few plays, but I probably will get rid of this call play that I'm looking at right now. Just because I'm gonna be probably wanting to go into this next week and next month being kind of a little bearish. Yeah. Because it's October into November, and then we have December, the last few months of the year. So when we get that dip uh in October, it helps us get that rally in November, December for Christmas. Santa's coming to town, right? So we have to, sometimes if we're not going to make another high and we get to another equal high, then we have to have had a good nice pullback. And if we don't even get to that same high, then the pull that'll mean the pullback will be pretty ugly. However, I still think for tax harvesting reasons, we'll still see November probably to also be a nice push. We might even have all-time highs in November, and then next year might get really ugly. We might drop off in the beginning of the year and then stay stagnant for a while and let the market figure out, these interest rates for a while, see how it's all going to affect things, and then we'll end up going from there. Also, as numbers come out too, but that's just a little bit of my speculation for the upcoming months into the year. So, I'm liking these November 505s, man. I am liking those. The 500s you could do too, to be honest. There's a lot of volume there, a lot of people hanging out there. So you could hang out at the 500s and just let them play out. Um, you can't grab at your winnings too early, right? That's very, very important. You have to let them manifest, you have to let them grow, and you have to let them build. They have to develop and sprout, right? So um, this is gonna be a great challenge. I'm excited. I'm excited to see where we go for this upcoming challenge, guys. I'm getting ready to do a challenge. Um and I think it's really going to be a lot of fun. So we're going to do 505 to 500, right? We'll just write that down. All right. So, um, that might be a play already, guys. I'm liking it. I'm liking it. I'm liking it. I'm liking it. Let's see what else we got. So that was the SPY. That's how I'm feeling about the SPY. Let's check out Apple. Apple, same ordeal. We're up here at these highs. Apple at the end of this week might push for that high, and then we'll see Apple drop. Maybe Apple takes a minute. Maybe Apple wants to test its high, which I don't, which let it do it. I think that's great. We did get a powerful week for it for sure, and we held on to most of those gains. You can kind of see that here. I mean, I guess it is kind of zoomed out a little bit. I can kind of get in there. Um, does that look better? That does look a little better, right? Yeah, so Apple's at these higher gains right here, higher levels. So I would still see it expected. It bounced right off the 20 for the week. I can see it definitely getting up to days highs or all-time highs. And then there, you could look for a short into. So Apple is not there yet. Something I wouldn't necessarily jump in right away. And even with the SPY too, you can wait until we try to go for the highs again before you jump into a put, right? All right. So, um, let's see. Let's go ahead and bust open the next few charts, and we can kind of go through these a little faster. AMD, this 20 EMA, it's having tough time with this 20 EMA, so I would probably still wait to go long on this. I wouldn't go short on it necessarily. It's in the middle zone to me. Yeah, it's in the middle zone. No play on AMD yet. Amazon, I want to see it get to that high before I make a play on it. If we can get to that high and we can get to that high and get the exact same reversion as this. We can get these nice pair of boobies. I call them boobies because you'll start seeing them more often. You could call them little acorns too, or a pair, just a pair of whatever, pair of whatever. Where it almost equally engulfs the other one, right? Almost equally. Doesn't have to perfectly equally, but as you can see, as soon as it does do that, you get this downward pressure. And this downward pressure lasted for 3 weeks, right? So you go out a month, you give yourself some time on the contracts, and then you let everything else kind of fall into place. So Amazon, I'm still waiting till it gets to this day's high before I make a move on that one. ARM. Is this all we have to see on ARM? Yeah. So ARM is a newer company. I wouldn't really want to trade that as far as with this strategy, right? So it might end up coming off of the list, just because we don't have enough data. I definitely want a lot of data first before I'm making my decisions. Avago. Avago has made a crazy run, guys. Look at this year it's been having, the last 2 years. So as soon as this starts getting ugly for Avago, which it will, because not everything keeps going up, it's going to get ugly. A lot of people are going to want to protect their profits over the last 2 years. Hedge funds will definitely uh will cut this for sure and let it get beaten down. Everything gets beaten down, and then during the accumulation cycle, it'll all get picked back up. So honestly, it probably has a chance of going down to 90, but not until like later next year. I think if we have a drop into this last year, we might get back down to 128. Because it is kind of forming this little channel here. Avago can be on the watch list for sure because it is making a little channel here, and then this would be the upper part of the channel. So it's at the upper part of the channel. You could wait to see if we can get to highs, but as soon as I guess a short opportunity does set itself up in Avago, I would take it, right? So Avago has made the watch list for sure. We'll go ahead and write it down. Let's see what else we got going on. Boeing. Boeing has been getting beaten down for the last, what is this, like 5 years now? One, two, three, four, five. Yeah, 5 years. So Boeing, they recently, all the plane crashes and also like, recent articles just said that they need to do an entire revamp of the CEO of all the chairman people, and they need to strip the company and rebuild the company back from the bottom, especially when it comes to their documentation and safety. That news came out, I think, somewhere around this time, and yeah, it's just been downhill. Um, so honestly, for Boeing, this you could go short, especially if we have a market drawdown. I would have wanted to already be short on this week. This week would have been perfect. This week would have also been perfect. You would have been able to sit here already with 4 weeks of profit, right? So now you're kind of in a spot where you can still chase, but just know that 125 is kind of the target area. 120, 125, which is still about $25, right? So let's take a look at those options actually. Let's see what we got down there. So if I wanted to have this play out through October, 125s are decent are I'm liking that. That's $130 to 149. You got a little bit of open interest here. Let me see in the okay. So there's more open interest for sure on the yeah, on the call side for sure. So more people are speculating, but that could be bag holders because maybe already last year they already entered these positions, or in the beginning of the month, or right even here, because you had this kind of grind to the upside where now these guys are getting hurt. However, uh, you never could be for certain. It has been getting beaten down for quite a while now. But with it making these new lows, you definitely want to get a double test of the lows before we like you see how it has this nice W right here? That's a nice double test of the lows, and then it went up. This is a V-shaped recovery. That one's kind of hard to spot. Um, the double bottoms though usually, or the higher lows are usually a great sign. So honestly, this one I'm gonna be chilling on. We'll see. We'll see. If we in the next week or two get up here up into the 175s, 170, 166 range, and then I start seeing a powerful reversal sign, then I will go back down to the downside to these 120 levels. I'll start a position months out, and let's see what the few weeks have to offer, right? Let's jump into Coinbase. Coinbase cryptocurrency will benefit from the rate cuts, right? So with these rate cuts coming into play, cryptocurrency will see some alleviated pressure. I mean, it is kind of Bitcoin is kind of towards the high. Honestly, this chart doesn't look too bad. It doesn't look too bad. I could see us finding some support here, and maybe cryptocurrency does run. Maybe it runs into back to these highs, right? Back up to 270, 275 for Coinbase from here. Wouldn't be that crazy. It did it right here easily. It did it in 1, 2, 3, 4. Did it in 4 weeks, right? So maybe the whole stock market pulls back and all of the money flows into cryptocurrency as we get ready for the end of the year rally. That is a play. I can see that happening. Um, and it hasn't even left the ship yet. The ship has not left the port on Coinbase. You wouldn't get that good of an entry. You're already missing it by $20, but the upside is still about 105. So I like the risk to reward ratio there. So let's go ahead and put Coinbase down. I like the speculation play on this for sure. We have time for that to play out, especially with what's going on with the interest rates. I like that Let's see, gold. Gold's been just on a tear. Gold made all-time highs this past week. Uh I would just wait on gold. I wouldn't make a move yet because you don't know how much higher it can go. I would just wait until we get that nice, very strong negative week. Once we get a strong negative week, usually there's follow through, and that's when we'll take advantage of gold. And gold, I don't know if it's going to come back down to 192. Not this year. Maybe next year. Maybe next year when cryptocurrency takes over, gold might take a back seat and might we might see it go all the way down to 192. That's possible. Uh But by the end of this year, yeah, I wouldn't even worry. Maybe we do see that rotation because gold, what would the odds be? You got cryptocurrency getting close to its all-time highs, gold reverses at its all-time highs for the next few months, and cryptocurrency breaks through its all-time highs and chases new highs. That's just how money flows. It goes from one asset to the other, and it wouldn't be it wouldn't I've seen that happen plenty of times. With other assets, I would see this being a gold and cryptocurrency fighting it out um, for who's going to be the dominant in the future. Because it's getting close to that point, and with the interest rates being cut, that's really just going to help cryptocurrency more. Um, I would still wait on gold though. I don't like gold hasn't set up perfectly yet. It's getting there though. It's getting there. Google Google's a nothing right now. Yeah, Google's nothing right now. It has a lot of volatility. You can make money. Don't get me wrong, you can make money, but it's in the middle of its range. I don't want to mess with it. Give it some time to play out. JP Morgan, uh banks are going to benefit from I mean, yeah, it's going to be a double-edged sword for for banks with the interest rates being cut, but they're also gonna you got to look at the positive sides where people will try to either borrow more money or refinance. That is going to be the aspect of that. It's in the upper range. You could go for a call for sure. You could go for another call back to the upside here. It's only going to be $14, so eh, I don't know about that one. Risk to reward ratio, I don't like it there. Let's check out McDonald's. McDonald's has been something else this year. It has been all over the place. Uh, so if you've been holding McDonald's all year long, you're finally profitable. You're finally profitable. But that doesn't mean like at any point in time you could have gotten rid of it, and or bought. It's just that's how the chart looks right now. So honestly, I don't. You could go for a short here. This would be a crazy triple top or a quadruple top. You got this. You got these highs in May, July, then the beginning of this year. So you could go for another short here. That is just crazy volatility. I've never seen so much volatility on a Dow Jones. You got to think about it. On a Dow Jones stock, that the volatility is not supposed to be there like that. For it to have that type of volatility is crazy. So, um, I like it though. It's not bad. It's not bad. It's in its upper range. So if we break new highs, then we're out. But if we can get in there and we can start seeing it go to the bottom, then we're just gonna sit on our hands and let it play out for a few weeks and see what it brings us, right? That would be the strategy there. So I like McDonald's on the short side. We'll keep an eye out on it. Let's see. Meta just made all-time highs. I wouldn't, I mean, like I said, I'm a little bearish for this next month, so I would stay away from Meta right now. If Meta wants to keep doing its thing, it's going to keep doing its thing. Microsoft also looking positive. So we'll chill on that. MSTR. MSTR looks great actually, and it also has the cryptocurrency effect going on, right? It also has that cryptocurrency effect going on. I see this bull flag right here, kind of forming, boom, coming up, but it's kind of taking a while to. I mean, it's a big flag now. Right now, I would say it's more in a zone than it is flagging now. Your perfect chance would have been at the 116 mark to get some calls. Now you're in the middle of the range. So now, I don't know. Now if you start seeing some strongward pressure, this is gonna have to be on watch. We're gonna have to give this another week or two to play out. But if like I said, if we start seeing Coinbase get the boost, you start seeing Bitcoin get the boost, then it would be safe to say MSTR would be getting that boost too. Um, let's see what else. Micron. I did like Micron for the only call play. Right now, this is the only play I'm liking to go long because it just got beat down for how many months now? 3 months? 3 months. You were at 157. Now you're all the way down at 90. You're basically it started off at the year at $84. So people who never sold and held, they're probably kicking themselves in the butt because you were so high up here. But this was already systematically sell off. This was a systematic sell off right here, where once these triggers started getting broken, everyone was taking their profit. So now it could be a rinse repeat, honestly, because we've hit these bottoms. This is a low of 84.91, 84.12, 85.92. Yeah, we're hitting these bottoms where I could see this being a nice little rebound play to the middle of the zone, which is about 115, 120. Yeah, I like Micron for the call side for sure. But if we do get a little bit more downward pressure at the beginning of this week, I might wait until the end of the week to see if Micron held these levels. If we have some downward pressure at the beginning of the week, at the end of the week, if Micron is still holding these levels, I'll go long. Netflix. Oh, I'm excited about Netflix. Netflix is on the list. Look at this perfect. This is perfect. This is perfect. Look at what it did at the same time of October, uh, 3 years ago. Same time 3 years ago. The chart looks not exactly identical, but look at this star right here. Let's go back. It's a morning star. Perfectly right there. Boom, boom. And then we get a little drawdown, and then the heavy selling comes into the first weeks of November. This is the first week of November, and then November it kind of just sold off. And it didn't even get that boost in December. The Santa did not even come to the Netflix stock for uh for Christmas. So and then January it just really sold off and into February. So if you see this morning star, what did we just make right here? This is a beautiful star as well from this last week. We just made another almost identical star around the same highs. Oh man, that's just too coincidental. So I am going to probably start my position for sure on the Netflix short. Just because history tends to repeat itself, right? So I'm seeing exactly here. Where could we go from here? Maybe 550. I like the 550 mark. We can at least start there. I have written down 530 to 550. I like some of the contract pricing there. So if we get any type of, I'm kind of sold on this idea. So if we get any strength, that's going to be good because then my put contracts will be at a discount. If we get green on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I will be getting my position started on Netflix to the downside into the next 3 months. It looks like it looks like it won't play out maybe until the real bottom of the lows will be like the first week of January. So I'm really gonna have to get some contracts that are really far out there. So should be fun. Should be fun. I'm liking this. This is gonna be a seed well planted, and we'll just watch it grow. Uh, Nvidia I think Nvidia was in a yeah, Nvidia's in a small or not in a small, it's in a large range, but it's in the middle of its range, right? Um, yeah, it's in the middle of its range. Last, I mean, the week before. Okay, yeah, this is actually really bullish. I like this. I like Nvidia to the long side for sure. Um, you could see a lot of good, cool things happening here. We had the week before, we had an engulfing candle of the let's get in there. A week engulfing candle of the week before. Then we had a week to process it. This week, this was basically a nothing happened in a whole week, but that means price was condensing. When price condenses, it expands. So like as you can see here, this week it also condensed, and then the next 3 weeks you get this huge expansion to the upside. The compression is a little bit lower than it was at the last one, so maybe we don't actually get to 140 this time. Maybe we just get to 136 again, and then we sell off. I think the sell-offs are going to all happen systematically this year for sure. They're all not going to be at the same time. The industries will all have them at different times. Um, and I can kind of see how it's all playing out a little bit here. Uh, you know, we're going to be very, very risk management on our entries, and that's how we're going to be able to weather all of this, all the storms. It's how you stay in the game forever. Risk management, risk management, risk management. Nvidia to the upside for sure till 136. I will probably, if Nvidia shows, if it just blasts off right off the bat Monday, Tuesday, then we will then I will it'll be rushing into the play, which I don't like to do. Uh, so then I will give a day or two for it to settle down. If the contract prices haven't moved, it's all about that too. If the contract pricing hasn't moved, especially on the far outdated ones, then I will start to position. But if the stock jumps up 2% Monday, contracts are already up 30, 40%. I will wait. I'll wait until the added implied volatility from the initial move withers, and then that's when I will strike. So all about patience, but I love the setup. I see what it's trying to do. But if we also fail right here, then that's a quick out. I don't have to wait a week or two, 3 weeks. I don't have to wait to see if I was wrong. I'll kind of know instantly within the first week on this one for sure. So I like where that's going. Let's see. Qualcomm. Ooh, Qualcomm. Ew, that's a rejection right there. But it's still closed above. It's still closed above, but we got some rejection. It's in an interesting little spot. I would want to buy it. I would want to go long at 158. Right now, I'm it because it's starting to form a W. Boom, boom, boom. If it can hold another week in the same area, I mean, or if it jumps through 170, 177, then Qualcomm could have a nice rally. But Qualcomm's in the middle. I would have to wait for the week to play out to see what I'm gonna do there. Starbucks, we went over Starbucks in the beginning. I'm kind of bearish on it. It has a lot of good news, which is hence why the last 2 months were incredible. But it's getting to some key level of resistance. I would want it to reject off here, come back down to the 20 moving average, which is the 82 spot, and then from there you can build out a very long-term position because they have this last 2 3 months them changing CEOs, especially this CEO that they just changed to, has a high reputation for really being innovative and taking companies to the next level. Starbucks is everywhere, so if he starts coming up with other ideas to really bring this company and make it even more profitable, Starbucks will be the play. So. Uh, I could see that down there at the 80 spot. You could go short here, but as soon as you lose this high of 98 here, then you gotta let it go. But if you can hold 99, 99.57, if it takes out that if it goes to like 101, let's say we'll give it some room to 100 because maybe it does touch 100, and that's when the people step in and really knock it down. Trapping people who are long as it breaks the 100, people will buy right away, hoping we get to 102, 105, 1010. But if it hits 100 and has a nasty reverse off that level again, I will be going short. SMCI. Let's see what SMCI is doing. Ooh, SMCI is just beaten down. Honestly, this isn't a bad time to start a long position on SMCI. The contracts are just very expensive. This is a stock that you really can't fool around with too much. Let's see what time would buy us here. So we can go to the okay, that's actually very doable. We can go to the $1,000 mark right here, which is about 500 point swing, but it's only 80 bucks. So that's actually kind of not a bad play. You're expecting a lot out of the move, but even if you only get 200, like say that it moves just 200, then your 80 bucks can turn into 260. That's a nice win. Um, so honestly, not a bad idea. I like that it's just got I mean, we are you're still profitable if you've been holding all year. Um, but we finally have green working in our favor. You finally have the Bulls holding a level. Volume's decent. Yeah, volume's decent. The whole market was in turmoil all last week, so not all of it. Some didn't play along in so yeah, we might, and this one didn't play along too well. We'll see, but it also didn't sell off. So SMCI, I like the game of probability here is higher to the upside right now. Um, Games of probability are higher to the upside. And that's what it's all about. All right. Spy. We already went over to Spy. Tesla. Let's see what Tesla's up to. Oh, yeah. Tesla is hitting this 200 moving average. Tesla's a tough one. Tesla is a tough one because, yeah, you have these highs of 272, right? Hmm. Yeah, Tesla's a tough one. You have these highs of 270. Um, let's see. 180. I like 180 for a buy. I don't think we'll get down to 180 though. I think we could reject. I think we could be in this little range for a while, and I would say in October, at the end of October and November, I think that's when we'll get the push up. Um, so it's a steal. It's a steal at get out of here. It's a steal at the 20 moving average right here. Because as you could see, it's been following the 8 moving average. We break above it, 8 moving average holds it, shoots it into the 200. 200 rejects it, comes back down. 20 catches it, shoots it back up into the 20. 200. 200 rejects it. Now the 8 catches it. So it actually shows it does have a lot more momentum. So if we get down to 217, that might be the initial start of a Tesla long is the 217. That's the initial start. And then if you get down to 206, that would be the uh the the average in. But this play, you need months on this. You need months on this play. Let me see. Let me see what's going on with the contract pricing. So say we do not even November, let's see December. All right, they're pretty expensive. They are pretty expensive. We 270 is the highest we've seen this year on it. So yeah, let's see what November shows us. November 270, kind of expensive. Yeah, you don't want to. Tesla's a big boy game. You with a small account challenge, you cannot play Tesla very effectively. You cannot play Tesla very effectively. Um, if you wanted to get in some to Tesla calls, the 300 look kind of good. You have 15,000 open interest. There's a lot of open interest on each position, but the 15,000 is definitely the highest with 300 there. So you wouldn't have no problem getting in and out of this position. And also, big players are here. That's what I see. I see big players are here, um, waiting to see what's going to happen. Duh, 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 duh. Yeah, I would just kind of this one's tough. I wouldn't chase the long. I would not chase the long. I mean, maybe though, maybe because the short interest on Tesla was pretty high, right? And when short interest is high, that means when shorts have to cover, there could be a short squeeze. So it could have a reverse effect of the market, like a reverse trend, where we've seen that with a bunch of stocks where, and it's usually they have short interest where the market is going down, everything's going down, but your select hand stocks are going up. And that was the short interest plays, right? Um, that was the reverse market trend play. So I could see Tesla following that suit because T- Tesla's all year long has been getting beaten down. So if the market does pull back into the last month into a Christmas rally, I could see Tesla is shooting up. So Tesla, I still don't like its range though. It's like all in the middle of everything right here. So I'd be patient on Tesla. Maybe Tesla will give us this opportunity. Let's just be patient on it. Uber, I don't know. There's not enough on Uber. Uber's been having a great year. Uber's been having a great year. Um, Great 2 years. Uber's been rocketing. I don't know where I'd want to go with this though. It's in the middle of that range. Doesn't really set up probabilities or 50-50 on that both ways, so don't want to touch. All right, this is the start. Eh, Walmart might be the play of the year, huh? This is ridiculous. Walmart's just been going crazy. And now when we finally get a nice red, it doesn't even take over all of the green of the last previous week. So this could keep going. So if this is the start of a pullback. But this isn't the start of a pullback that's going to get you down to these levels. This is the start of a pullback that's probably going to get you to the 8 moving average and then be a nice buy for a even crazy rally into Christmas, right? Into Black Friday, into Christmas. So yeah, I like Walmart to the long side at 74, 75. We have to wait for Walmart to come all the way down to 75, which is only $5, right? But it is a bigger stock, so it takes more volume to move it. But I like Walmart to the upside, but we have to get it at 75. 75 and lower. And this will be a play extending into Christmas, right? So for Walmart, if we went to the January calls, let's see what we got for January calls. Oh yeah, you could hang out at this 90 call for $80. Oh yeah. I like that with 32,000 open interest. Oh yeah, and 24. Oh yeah, man. People, this is a play. There's so much open interest up here. They are waiting for this. They are hedge funds are, and then this is gonna be ugly. This is gonna be next year. The story for Walmart is going to be ugly, but this year, uh, at the start of the year, it's at the lowest point it's ever been. Trust me, the whole year, they're gonna have it go all the way up to its highs, and then from there, they will chop its legs off because at that point, full year has gone around. They can now take benefits of tax harvesting, and we'll see this plummet all next year. They'll get out. Everybody who hasn't been looking at the charts and still thinks that the story is still being sold to them will hold. And I mean, I think you still do get dividends. Yeah, you still do get dividends. So yeah, you can hold, but if you only get a 4% dividend and the stock corrects and comes back down 20-30%, then is your 4% dividend every 3 months even worth it when you're gonna in a whole year lose 30%? No, no, you're not. It's not gonna be good. It's not gonna be a good look. So I can definitely see this pulling back. I'm gonna wait on these. Walmart calls are definitely in effect. You can kind of already. No, I wouldn't jump in now. I really wouldn't jump in now. I would give it a little bit of time. If you do, you can go light, and that's not a recommendation. That is just what I would do. I am not a financial advisor. Blah blah blah. You know the spiel. Um, all right, that's it actually. That is the full list. Anything I'm missing, guys, let me know. Comment down below how you guys are attacking these next few weeks into the market close, into the market year end. And any stock you want me to review or look over, give you some ideas. But that's gonna be it for this stock market preparation. I hope you guys enjoyed. The new week is upon us. I'm excited. I hope you guys had a great weekend. I will catch you guys all later. Peace.